You've installed Sustida platform, you've registered. What's next? Let's run through the ribbon first and then we'll get on with the quick start tutorial. Starting on the left, we've got connection, log in, log off. The next section is exposures. This is where you're going to be uploading exposures that you want to run against a model. Then there's the analysis section for actually running the models. And in the model section, this is where we can manage the models in our system. We can add models and see which models are there available. We're going to start here today by adding our first model. And this will be the PiWind model. Just click Add Model. This is the only model that ships with the platform. It's an illustrative model just for demonstration and training, so it's not a real model. So please don't make any decisions using the risk results. So it's running. It's going to take a minute. Okay, that tells us that the model is now installed. Let's close it. And if we go to Manage Models, we can then see we've got a model there. So I'm going to close this and open our quick start tutorial. So I've opened a workbook, which is our quick start tutorial. It contains the steps that you need to know to run the system for the first time. But I'm going to walk you through that now. We've got some data in here as well. We've got some locations for the PiWind model and also some accounts as well. And you can find these tables from the link which is the GitHub repository for the PiWind model. So let's log in. Every time you start a session of Excel, you need to log in again. Let's do that now. And then the first step is to load some exposures. We're going to add an exposure set like this. So I'm going to call this PiWind 10 after the exposures. And then I'm going to proceed to upload those two data tables, which have defined table names, which are selectable here. So we choose our exposure set, that's the only one we have. And then we select the location file first of all. And then we do the same again with the account file. There we go. And then if we use manage sets, we can see a list of our exposure sets and how many locations we've loaded and how many accounts. So now that we've got an exposure set and we've got the model there, we can now work in this area and create a workspace. So let's add workspace. This allows you to first pick a model and then an exposure set. We just give this a name and then we click create. So what this does is it starts to map those exposures into the model's keys. So it looks at whether the exposures fall within the footprints of the model and also looks at the characteristics of vulnerability as well. And if you look at the bottom, you can see there's in the status bar, there's steps that it's running through to create those input files and prepare it for analysis. Shouldn't be long. Okay, so it says workspace PiWind 10 created. That means we can go to this drop-down box and find it. And the first time we select it, it pops up a summary of what's happened, how many locations were mapped, what their value is, and some more technical information about the keys that were found for those locations. So we close that, and on the right you'll notice there's a workspaces panel. If we go to the reports area, this is where we're going to run an analysis. So just click the run batch. This gives us some options of what summary levels we want the results to be, and also what financial perspectives we want to generate. The ground up is just the economic loss, and then if there's policy terms and conditions in those files, we'll also get the gross loss as well. Click OK. That starts the analysis. If we want to monitor it, we can go to this batch queue and have a look at the status. Because this is only 10 locations, it's going to be finished pretty quickly. So I'm going to open a new tab, and because we can now select any of these reports to get our risk results. For example, this is the average annual loss report. We can also get the occurrence exceedance probability curve, the aggregate. And we can also toggle these options to get different financial perspective and different summary levels as well. So let's generate the portfolio ground up loss average annual loss report, and there it is. Now these results are now cached, so if you just closed your workbook and didn't save it, reopened it, you can just select this workspace and click any of these report buttons to get those reports again. There's no need to rerun the analysis. That's all for now. Look out for more tutorials. Bye.